Happy holidays, everyone, from the Pet Care Foundation, and welcome to another episode of Adopt a Pet Today. And we are at the East Valley Animal Shelter on Van Owen Street near Van Nuys Boulevard. But there are 6 LA City shelters. You can find out all the locations at laanimalservices.com. That's laanimalservices.com. Now we're going to show you some great dogs, and we're going to give you their impound numbers, so you may want to get a pen and paper so you can jot some down, because that's the number you need if you want to adopt. And we've got Raina here, our resident dog trainer, and Jill from Out of the Cage. And I'm going to hand this over to Sally, our great dog MC.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, our first dog is JoJo. She is, oh my goodness, she is like 10 years old, 9 years old. Her impound number, Bill said you need to know this and you need to write it down. A2016542. Jill, tell us about JoJo.
You guys, JoJo has been here since February. Everybody here at the shelter knows her. She's famous. She went to an adoption event at the Sherman Oaks Street Fair a couple months ago, and she was a rock star. Little kids were coming up and petting her. She was very, very friendly with everybody, and she's a gorgeous girl as well. She's a typical husky, and she actually will talk back to you. And Raina, what do you think about her?
She's lovely. She's a little excited because there's another dog in the wings waiting. So that's what's going on here. But she is a sweetheart, and she is a volunteer favorite. So huskies are wonderful. They're one of my favorites. They really, really are, because they're smart, but they're very active. And even though she's 9, 10, look, she's like raring to go. So, good girl. Yeah, there's Mario, too. Yeah, your favorite.
And she's super active. She's not geriatric at all.
Not at all. I know. She goes, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Come see JoJo.
Now we have Orion. Orion's not been, yeah, that's your name, Doodles. Good boy. He's about 3 years old. He's only been here a month, but you know what? There are so many dogs here, you guys. Come adopt for the holidays. His A number, 2060165. Jill, Raina, what do we know about Orion?
So he's 3 years old. He hasn't been here that long, only a month, but he's unique in that he's a medium-sized pitty, dog-friendly, you guys. And so we're highlighting him because he can get out of here and go straight into a home with dogs. Obviously, careful introductions, et cetera, but so far he's being really, really well behaved, Raina.
He is doing so well. I'm so proud of him. He's actually sharing a kennel with another dog, which is unique in the shelter system. So that being said, like Jill said too, you have to do intros properly. You can't just throw dogs in a new environment, in another dog's home environment, and expect him to, immediately do well without doing the proper stuff. But that means he's social, he can get along, he can do well, sharing his home if you do it right. And look at how darling he is. He's being so good here. Come see Orion and give him a new home for Christmas.
And let me remind you what his A number is, 2060165. And I'll also remind you that all of the animals, before they leave the shelters, are microchipped, vaccinated, and sterilized. You're taking home an animal that is ready to go home. Okay, now we have Gru. Gru said, can I be on TV, please? I'm such a photogenic guy. I'm so happy. Name is Gru, G-R-U. His A number, 2044357. He said, I'm having so much fun. I don't know what to do. I'm about 6 years old, but you'd never know it. Jill?
You guys, Gru is my favorite dog here at the shelter. He has just got a wacky potato personality, and he is really a rock star on pack walks. He's been at the LARPO pack walk. They've taken him off-site and done pack walks on leash with him and other dogs, and he is unreactive. I think they're actually saying only dog for Gru, but he's a really good citizen when he's out in the world. And we just need somebody to see him. He is actually on our Out of the Cage website because he is so photogenic and he's got the best facial expressions and he's just a wacky dude. He's everybody's favorite and we just want him out. Raina, what do you think about him since you first met him?
Well, he's excited. They all are when they first come here, and he's strong. We call them low riders, so he pulls and he lowers his body, and so he's strong, but sweet and settles down quickly. You have to have leash training on these kinds of dogs, the proper equipment to walk them well. Pack walks are great. That being said, I do have to throw this out there that just because a dog does well in a pack walk doesn't mean he's going to do good in a home with just one other dog. I've seen it not work. Oh, he's so good at the dog park, or so good on pack walks, but not good in the home with another dog. That being said, he may be wonderful, but be careful and do your proper intros and make sure you do the right thing when you bring a new dog home. Pack walks are great. The fact that he'll walk and not react on the street is a big, wonderful thing to do, be able to do on your walks and not have a dog be reactive. That's a great thing. So come see Gru, and the fact that he's this social and wonderful, good boy.
And
beautiful boy.
Let me remind you what his A number is, 204-4357. The other thing to watch out for on Gru, as I noticed, is that tail.
Oh,
he's got a killer
he's got
tail
a happy
there,
tail.
and it keeps going.
Good girl.
Okay, now we have a beautiful shepherd here. You know, the shelters do have lots of shepherds. They have lots of pitties. They have lots of dogs. This is Gatsby, a female. She's about 6 years old. Her A number, 201-5137. Jill, what can you say about Gatsby?
So we know Gatsby. She's been here since, I believe, January. And I think the thing that saved her is she's really, really great in the play yard. She's a happy dog. She's not so happy in her kennel. And she's showing some kennel stress now. I mean, as you can tell, after 12 months in the shelter, it happens to every dog, but the shepherds in particular. But you know what? She's a lovely size. She's probably in the low 60-pound range. You can see how she's calming down now. She came in hot here into the lobby at East Valley. But she's a really adoptable girl. What do you think? See, Raina? I mean, look at how she relaxes.
I love it. This is so good. 7 years old. She is a lightweight as far as her weight goes, and settles so well. I'm really impressed because shepherds do deteriorate in the kennels. They're one of the breeds that really suffer the most in a kennel. So the fact that she's handling it as well as she is says a lot about her temperament. So 7 years old, still a lot of energy and activity and alertness and no medical at all. This dog needs a home, come see her. But again, this is an active breed. It's also a working breed. So, she needs her walks and she needs to be kept busy. But she's old enough that she can just do this and settle. It's really good.
And
really
I'll add that East Valley is so full of shepherds, you guys. They even have some really young Malinois here. But I think that shepherds and shepherd-type breeds, working dog breeds, are overrepresented at this particular shelter. So if you like Gatsby and you want to see some other shepherds, come to East Valley and they can take them out one after the other for you. We're looking at you, Almond. We're looking at you, Merlin. And we're looking at Gatsby.
And I just want to add that there's another dog in the room here, and she's looked over at the dog and has not
reacted,
been concerned about it.
Yeah.
She knows there's a dog, and she said, oh, yeah, okay, dog. Her A number, 201-5137. This is Tiny, an interesting name, not so small. Raina probably wouldn't hold him in her lap, but he's a lover. And his A number, 193-1780, almost 3 years old. Busy boy, Jill.
Yeah, and he's got a sad story, unfortunately. Tiny was adopted from here at East Valley Shelter as a puppy and with both ears intact, and came back to the shelter with ears chopped off, and they didn't do a very good job at that. But despite that bad luck, he is still a happy, friendly, social dog. What do you think, Raina?
Yes, he is. He's very engaging and loves his cookies and tail is wagging. And it's a sad thing. He was actually adopted during the pandemic as a puppy and then found as a stray with his ears cut. And so he's been through stuff. And yet he's been resilient. He's shown some really good nature despite what he's been through. So this boy needs a home. Come see him. He's big, he's strong, he's not tiny, but look at how good he's being. So he's a good boy.
Raina hasn't mentioned that she's not met any of these dogs before, and their behavior with her is absolutely outstanding, including Tiny, including all that he's been through.
Yep.
Tiny's A number, 1931780. He's ready to go home with you. This is Luann, another female shepherd, about almost 3 years old. A number 206-60475. She's only been here for a month, so this is kind of a new environment for her. Huh, Raina?
Yes, it is. Jill, you have info on her?
Yeah, Luann hasn't been here that long, but she has actually been serving a purpose as a test dog here at the shelter. She is not only dog friendly, but she has been kenneled with other dogs. We have to say that right now at East Valley, not only are they doubling dogs up in kennels because of their lack of space, they are tripling dogs up in kennels because of their lack of space. So whenever they have a friendly dog like Luann, they can not only put her in kennels with other dogs, they can get her out in the play yard as a test dog for other dogs as well. That's how good she is. Raina?
Yeah, that's amazing given, she's a little nervous, obviously, in this situation with the cameras and people standing around. I saw it when she came in. She's been a breeding dog. She's had pups, and that may be why she's overlooked. It doesn't look pretty right now, but they do recede. Give them a chance to recede if she's young as she is. And look how good she's being. So that they can use her as a tester dog so soon says a lot again about this dog's temperament. So another situation which is unfortunate, and she should get out of here and get a home for Christmas. Look, good girl.
As Jill said, East Valley has lots of shepherds. If you want your choice of a shepherd, and a shepherd that could be with another dog, another shepherd, come to East Valley. Come check out Luann. A 206-0475. This is Clooney,
Let's say hi.
another
Hi, Mamas.
dog newish to the shelter. However, one that they have
Clooney.
admired for his skills in the shelter. His A number 205-7741. What do we know about Clooney, Jill?
So Clooney is representative of a lot of the working breeds that these shelters are getting in. Clearly he's got Border Collie in him, probably a mix, but again, this dog is a gem. He is a tester dog at the shelter. He can be kenneled with other dogs, so he is dog friendly. Those of you who like herding breed dogs or working dogs and you want a dog that could be a companion and actually maybe even a project or a companion animal, he would be fantastic. Look how he calms down in the lobby of a busy shelter. Raina, he's so good.
He's so good, and he's so darling, and he's young. He's 2 years old. Beautiful boy. And, oh, you ready for it? Okay. To explain what a tester dog is, and understand that for him to be a tester dog, and Luann before, they're new to the shelter, and yet immediately they can tell their temperament is good enough to be used to introduce other dogs and test other dogs' temperaments and demeanor, and they don't react. They do really well. They're just social enough and confident enough to interact with other dogs without reacting. So they're a tester dog for that, and you can then boy, it just means these dogs are solid. So, come see this boy, give him a home for the holidays. He's young, he is active, he is one of those working breeds, even though he's a mix. He's beautiful though. Come see Clooney, good boy. Yeah.
Clooney is at East Valley. His A number is 205-7741.
Oh.
For those of you who don't work with dogs or haven't had a lot of dogs, when they say that a dog is a tester dog and is confident with other dogs, they are saying this dog is 150%. If you're hesitant about a dog, Clooney would be a good choice. East Valley, vaccinated, sterilized, and microchipped.